The Capitals take on the Hurricanes, 1 o'clock Eastern start time. Carolina's minus 160, totals 5.5. We're 9-3 in our last 12 NBA tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Now, the good news is we have another NBA tier package pick going off here today. So if you're looking for a suggestion on which membership to get, you may want to think about getting that NBA tier membership. Now, we currently have over 1,020 members who are signed up and active on that page. And once again, if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Now, Freddie Anderson is the expected goaltender for Carolina. Vitek Vanacek for Washington. Now, Vanacek has a .254 goals against average, .906 save percentage. The Caps have won 8 out of their last 10, and they're allowing only 27 shots on goal a game. Meanwhile, offensively, the Caps are in the top 3 in the NHL in scoring. Alex Ovechkin has 18 goals on the season, 36 total points. Ovi's in the top 5 in the NHL in goals, assists, points, and plus minus. Meanwhile, Yevgeny Kuznetsov has 20 assists and 27 total points on the year. He's second in the NHL in assists. They're taking on a Carolina team who lost 2 out of their last 3. And they scored just 2 total goals in those couple of losses. The Canes are also in the bottom 10 in the NHL in home scoring. Now, injury-wise, Gardner is still out for Carolina. Meanwhile, for Washington, Eller, Schultz, and Sheary are questionable for them. And when it comes to the total in this one, the Caps are 60% to the under in their road games this season. Meanwhile, Carolina's 5-2 to the under on their home ice. I'm going to lean toward Washington plus 1.5, under 5.5 goals. Next matchup, Lightning, Wild, 2 o'clock Eastern start time. Minnesota's minus 120, totals 5.5. Cam Talbot for the Wild, Andrei Vasilevskiy for Tampa Bay. Now, Vasilevsky's won 10 of 13 starts this season, 209 goals against average, .926 save percentage. The Lightning's on a 3-game winning streak, 6-1 straight up in their last 7. They're also allowing just 29 shots on goal a game, and they rank in the top 3 in fewest goals allowed on the road. Now, scoring-wise, Steven Stamkos leads the club in goals with 11 of them. The center also has 23 total points. Meanwhile, Alex Killorn and Braden Point, they each have 7 goals apiece. Tampa Bay averages 33 offensive shots on goal a game when traveling. They're taking on a Minnesota club who lost 2 out of their last 4. That includes a loss to this very Tampa Bay team where they allowed 5 goals. And speaking of letting up goals, Minnesota's in the bottom 5 in first period goals allowed at home. Now, injury-wise, Spurgeon is still out indefinitely for Minnesota. Cernak is questionable for the Lightning. When it comes to the total in this one, 5 out of Tampa's last 8 fell under the number. They're also 5-4 to the under in their last 9 meetings with Minnesota. I'm going to lean toward Tampa Bay plus $1, under 5.5. Next contest, Flyers, Devils, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. New Jersey's minus 140, totals 5.5. Mackenzie Blackwood for New Jersey. Martin Jones for Philadelphia. Despite some pretty good numbers out of Jones, those numbers are going to be firmly tested this afternoon. The Flyers are allowing more shots on goal a game than any other team in hockey. The Flyers are allowing 36 shots on goal when traveling, and they're currently in the bottom 3 in second period goals allowed. Now, offensively on the other end of the ice, Philadelphia is dead last in the league in road scoring. The Flyers are currently on a 5-game losing streak. They're taking on a Devils team who's in the top 5 in fewest third period goals allowed. Mackenzie Blackwood has won 3 out of his last 4 starts. He comes into today's game with a .922 save percentage. Meanwhile, scoring-wise, the Devils are in the top 10 in third period scoring. Pavel Zacha has 8 goals thus far in the season, dozen total points. Meanwhile, Dawson Mercer is a +9 and has 13 points himself. Now, injury-wise, Hughes and Boquist are still on the IR. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, Brassard is still out. Hayes is questionable. Now, total-wise, New Jersey's 10-8 to the under for the entire season. Philadelphia's 7-2 to the under on the road. I'm going to lean toward New Jersey, -140, under 5.5. Next game, Canucks, Bruins, 7 o'clock East. Boston is -250, totals 5.5. Linus Ullmark for the Bruins, Thatcher Demko for Vancouver. Now, Demko has gotten the W in just 6 out of 16 starts this season. 308 goals against average for the goaltender. Vancouver's won just 3 of 11 on the road this season, and they successfully cashed in on the puck line in just 36% of those contests. Vancouver's in the bottom 3 in goals allowed per contest on the road. Meanwhile, offensively, the Canucks are in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per game. They've lost 8 out of their last 9 games. They're taking on a Boston team who won 4 out of their last 6 themselves, and they play their best hockey in the Garden. The Bruins are also averaging nearly 37 shots on goal a game offensively. Brad Marchand has 8 goals and 22 points. Meanwhile, Patrice Bergeron has 8 goals, 8 assists himself. Now, defensively, the Bruins are limiting their opponents to just 27 shots on goal a game at home. Linus Ullmark has a .286 goals against average, .908 save percentage. When it comes to the total in this one, Boston is 5-4 to the over at home, 10-7 to the over for the year. Meanwhile, the Canucks saw 7 out of their last 11 road games get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Boston -1.5, over 5.5. Next game, Sharks, Blackhawks, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Chicago's -1.25, totals 5.5. Marc-Andre Fleury for Chicago. James Reimer for San Jose. Reimer 6-4 with a .225 goals against average, .927 save percentage. The Sharks are in the top 10 in fewest road goals allowed. When it comes to the scoring, Thomas Hertl has scored 8 times and has 13 points. And speaking of points, Timo Meier is the team's leading points getter with 18 of them. They're taking on a Chicago team who averages only 28 shots on goal a game, and they rank in the bottom 3 in scoring. Now, defensively, the Blackhawks are also in the bottom 10 in goals allowed per contest. Marc-Andre Fleury's gotten the W in just 5 of 13 starts. 305 goals against average for the veteran netminder. Now, injury-wise, Jones is questionable for Chicago. Dahlin is questionable for San Jose. When it comes to the total in this one, San Jose is 70% to the under on the road this season, 13-7 to the under for the whole year. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks are 80% to the under at the United Center. I'm going to lean towards San Jose +105, under 5.5. Next and final matchup, Maple Leafs, Ducks, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Toronto's -195, totals 5.5. Jack Campbell for Toronto, John Gibson for Anaheim. Johnny G is 9-5 with a .253 goals against average, .920 save percentage. The Ducks are the best puck line team in the game. They've cashed in on the puck line in over 83% of their contests. Matter of fact, Anaheim's 11-1 against the number on their home ice. Anaheim's in the top 3 in fewest home goals allowed. Meanwhile, offensively, the Ducks are in the top 5 in scoring per contest at home. Troy Terry scored 13 times already, 23 total points for the center. Meanwhile, Ryan Getzlaf has 18 assists on the year himself. They're taking on a Toronto club who's done a poor job against the puck line despite their recent success. The Leafs have cashed in on the puck line in just 8 out of 21 contests for the whole year. And that's good for just 38% in that category. Now, injury-wise, Case and Kampf are both questionable. I'm going to lean toward Anaheim +1.5, over 5.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 9-3 in my last 12 NBA tier package picks. I like Washington plus 1.5, under 5.5. Tampa Bay plus $1, under 5.5 goals. New Jersey minus 140, under 5.5. Boston minus 1.5, over 5.5. San Jose plus 105, under 5.5 goals. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 9-3 in our last 12 NBA tier package picks on BrockPage.com. I like Anaheim plus 1.5, over 5.5. With that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Little Perk 30, who said yesterday, "We missed you, Brock. Appreciate it." And, well, you missed me. I didn't go anywhere. I don't know. Maybe you took a few days off of YouTube. I don't know. But I've been here the whole time. I only missed like a Monday a couple weeks ago because I was sick. But I haven't missed a day in a really, really long time. But anyway, I'm glad you missed me, even though I didn't go anywhere. Little Perk 30, thank you for taking the time to comment in the comments section below. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, guys, happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.